I hope y'all having another blessed day, and today I'm back for you guys with a part 3 of my Banlist discussion videos, where I'm going in and talking about the Forbidden Unlimited cards starting the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And talking about whether or not they need to stay banned, or maybe they can change where they are on the ban list in the future. And today, this episode will be me discussing about the forbidden cards in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'll tell you what, there are a ton of forbidden spell cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! There's 28. You know what? Most of these cards still deserve to be on the ban list, as you'll find out in today's video. So, to start off, we have Brilliant Fusion, which I would say Brilliant Fusion needs to stay banned. Mainly because there's one Gem Knight that's at free, and honestly, if it was banned, Brilliant Fusion would come back, but it's not, and this card is Gem Knight Seraphonite. And why this card is broken, because it basically gives you an additional normal summon, and given decks out there, let's say like Alistair Invoker, given that additional normal summon to get a second invocation in the game, that would be really broken in today's meta, or any decks that kind of implement Gem Knight Seraphonite in such a way. So for that reason, Brilliant Fusions needs to stay banned. Next one is Elma, which I say is going to have to also stay banned until it gets the rad that says a hard once per turn. Because as long as this card does not have a hard once per turn, it can connect an infinite loop with a card Gear Free to Iron Knight. And Gear Free to Iron Knight is equipped with a equip spell, it destroys the equip spell. When this card is destroyed, it goes to your hand. So you can create an infinite loop during this game. Okay? So the only way your opponent can get out of this infinite loop until time is basically just forfeiting that game and going to game 2. And something that makes you do that for such an unhealthy infinite loop reason cannot be in a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's why Elma's banned for right now. But until it gets that hard once per turn, it's going to stay banned, but when it does, it can probably come back to free. Now, the next one I will say is probably the most broken draw card I think in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! You could say it's pot of greed, but I think it's card safe return. Because this game has two big reasons why it's broken. The first one is that it's not a hard once per turn. So anytime you spell summon a monster from your graveyard, you draw one card. The other reason is because it has the text monster. Unlike a lot of cards today, like Absolute Crusader, that says monsters. That basically means if a card effect that summons multiple monsters, it will still activate and take out all the monsters. Unlike this one, that only has monsters. So for example, if I had Soul Charge and I revived 5, it wouldn't just give me one card because I activate one card effect to revive all the monsters. It would make me draw one card for each monster special summon, so I would draw 5. So for that reason, how it can be implemented, basically every deck out there, because basically every deck uses their graveyard or special summon nowadays, this card would be broken, so definitely needs to stay banned. Next one is Change of Heart, which is now card needs to stay banned, because we've had Mind Control at 1. Mind Control used to be at 3, it was too good. It went to 2. It was still really good. Now it's at 1. So if we brought Change of Heart to 1, that would kind of negate the whole reason why we put Mind Control from 2 to 1. And honestly, it'll take the place of Mind Control, even though it's at 1, because Mind Control has 2 restrictions. When you use it, you can't tribute that monster, and you can't attack with it. Change of Heart does not have that. So it's just overall a better card than Mind Control in every aspect. So for that reason, because Mind Control is at 1, we cannot have Change of Heart at 1 either. Next is Chicken Games. No card needs to stay banned, because this changes the whole game state of Yu-Gi-Oh! In an instant. Not only does a player with the lowest life points take no damage, we can continue to prolong the game. During the turn, player can pay 1,000 life points and activate one of these free effects, such as drawing a card, destroy this card, the field spell, or your opponent gains 1,000 life points, so you can make yourself have the lowest life points and take no damage. And also, this card effect, when it activates for those free reasons, can't even be responded to. So again, this is kind of changes the whole layout of the game, and I think it created a kind of unhealthy game state, because you never know if your opponent's going to draw a card to get into the game. And honestly, it's just not good. It's a generic draw card, it's a generic take no damage card, it's just way too good. So for that reason, Chicken Game needs to stay banned. Code Wave is actually a card I think is probably the best card to counter spell and trap cards in the game. Because if you go first with this card, you can basically just shut down spells and traps for your opponents until your next turn. So you play against a deck that really needs, like, say, Fusion Summon, like Shut Alls. You play this card, you just probably just won the game, because they're not going to be able to do anything on their turn. They can't even set those spells and traps. So because of how easy this card can win you a game going first, I think Code Wave needs to stay banned. Next is Confiscation. Another card needs to stay banned. Not because it lets you discard a card at the cost of 1,000, but it lets you look at your opponent's hand. Being able to see what your opponent is playing not only gives you way advantage, but lets you know what you're playing against and how you need to play your combo to go against what kind of hand traps they may have in their hand or play through it. So you use way too much advantage, and any advantage you see your opponent's hand probably needs to be banned. The Link with Do is a similar card at the cost of 1,000 life points, but basically, if you go first and play this card, your opponents will be stuck with only 3 cards, and odds are, even if they have one hand trap in their hand to stop your combo, most likely if only 3 cards to start out with and 1 to draw, they'll most likely not be able to do their combo for their turn, so this can honestly almost win you the game by itself, so they just stay banned. Next is Dimension Fusion, it's way too good, and I'll say it quickly. At the cost of 2,000 life points, you can be able to spam your field, so it's basically a remove from play version of Soul Charge and cannot be in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Giant True Name is another card that cannot be in the game, because basically, it not only does it take away your opponent's back row, because it doesn't destroy or banish or target it, also gives you a chance to activate continuous spell cards to equip spells a second time. For example, while we had Infinity Launcher, just as a reference, and that is a good one, you could activate the first effect twice and send not 1 Infinity Monster from your hand to the graveyard, but 2, and then you have both targets target 2 Infinity Monsters in your graveyard and special summon them. So that's just kind of a short reason why Giant True Name needs to stay banned. Next is Graceful Charity, which the card needs to stay banned because not only do you draw 3, you discard 2. Now, I feel you had to discard 2 before drawing 3, everything being more balanced is still pretty broken, but because you can draw 3 and discard with, say, a Danger, it could just give you way too much advantage in today's modern Yu-Gi-Oh! And so it needs to stay banned. Harvey's Feathers is actually an interesting card. There's a lot of talk of how this card is probably going to come back to 1 soon. And honestly, I agree with it. We have Raigeki at 1, it's not doing much. And Harvey Feather Duster today will be really good because we only have 1 red reboot, so this will help play against a lot of those spell and trap heavy decks of the Storm Brigades. Only reason I don't think it's going to come out right now is because Lightning Storm is a new card. Like basically takes the whole effect of Feather Storm Duster and Raigeki and puts it into 1. And honestly, they probably want to sell that card still. So until that card is done selling, as far as hard not going to come back, but when they're done selling Lightning Storm, you'll probably see this come back at 1. Heavy Storm is a card that's definitely not going to come back, because 1, you destroy your opponent's cards, which is good, but you also destroy your own, so that can be really combo heavy and beneficial to you, such as you destroy your Eldritch card, and Eldritch cards, some of them can activate in the graveyard by banishing themselves to cause more effects. So only do you stop your opponents from using their spells and traps, you can benefit from destroying your own, so for that reason it needs to stay banned. Next is Kaiser Coliseum, and to say it quickly, this is a spell card version of Inspector Border, and since no one likes Inspector Border in a game of Yu-Gi-Oh!, this card still needs to stay banned also, because we can't have its spell card cousin staying in the game. Last Wills, no card needs to stay banned. It's just way too easy. It'll be splashed with probably every deck, because honestly, when a monster is sent from your side of the field to the graveyard, you can just bring in no one, so this just helps you extend in any deck, period. So there's no reason everyone would not play this card, and for that reason, how it'll be so splashable and abused for extension and combos, we can't see Last Will ever again. To say it simply, Mass Driver is an FTK card. FTK cards are not good for the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! It needs to get banned. Cannon Soldier, we're talking about you. Hope you get banned soon. I hate you. Metamorphosis. Now this is a card that's going to have to stay banned because 1, let's say you have a level 1 or level 4 monster. You have a level 1 monster and use it. You can easily get out 1,000 Eye Strict or a million Eye Strict, which helps you get spayed out in the gate, or just take a point's monster like Mind Control. And if you have level 4, you can just drop an Invoke Kali Yuga, which just makes you have only one attack or something like that. Yeah, only have 1 monster during each turn, and you only activate 1 card of 1 monster effect each turn. So this would be way too easy to kind of change the whole game state of the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And be really easy to use at the end turn to kind of fill up your combo board. Barrage of Nightmare. I can't say it enough. Let's say you have no monsters cards in your hand, and you end by activating Barrage of Nightmare, so going first. Opponent's turn, you draw 4 during their turn. There's a really good chance when you draw 4, you can at least draw into 1 hand trap. So this by the chances probably guarantee you a hand trap going first to play against your opponent. It's way too broken. This card definitely can never come back. Similar to Painful Choice, you can select 5 cards from your deck, show them, and your opponent selects 1 for you to keep, send the rest to the grave. So basically, I can just pick 5 really good cards that all have really good effects, and they can all activate in the graveyard. And the opponent's going to be stuck with probably getting 4 pops in the graveyard, and I still get 1 to my hand. So for that reason, Painful Choice, please never come back. It is filthy broken. Pot of Greed, +1. That's all you need to know. Premature Bearer is actually a card I can maybe see coming back. Or is it not, because it has the whole thing that, like, a giant Trunade, if someone gets popped back to my hand and it's not destroyed, the monster's still going to stay in the field and not get destroyed, because the spell does not say when it leaves the field or something like that, destroy the monster or banish it. But honestly, I don't think it's that broken. Because yes, it could be used in the whole Isolde builds, but in Isolde builds, like I'm a Dark River player, we don't care really about the quick spells. We just want to send 4 out of the 5 or 6 we have in our deck, and then get into Armageddon at night. That's the combo. Yes, if we draw one, sure, it's a good extender, but we have Living Frost and Overdue Burial, and honestly, those aren't really do much for the deck. They're just there, it doesn't help much. So I don't think Premature Burial needs to be on the ban list, but it is, because it had the correct vortex. Next is Argent Chaos Force, which can never come back. Because if this card ever gets paired off with Beatrice, you basically got a 1 card into a Utopic Zexal. A Utopic Zexal is a card that's probably going to get banned soon. So for that reason alone, it needs to stay banned. Sky Striker, Mobilize, Engage. No. We are done with Sky Strikers forever, hopefully. That Fang stay alive for way too long, because this is basically just 1 card to get you to this every part of Sky Striker you ever want. Because you basically search any Sky Striker card, which gets you anything you're missing. So please no Sky Striker Engage ever again. Hated that deck. Snatch Still. Again, this is similar to how Premature Burial. It doesn't have the text that when it leaves the field to destroy a card. So if I use like Giant Trunade, it goes back to my hand, I can take a second monster. So that's kind of the reason why it's banned. And that's a good reason, because Mind Control is really good. That's why it's at 1 and has restrictions. This one doesn't really have restrictions, so it still needs to stay banned. Soul Charge. It is a cracked out Monster Reborn. I will pay all my life points as long as I get 5 monsters that can help me OTK. So this card needs to stay banned. Spellbook of Judgment. No broken card. I know there's a whole combo after you revive all the Spellbook cards, and you can bring out Jalgan. Jalgan basically says you can't special summon. And you can protect it with cards such as Spellbook of Fate and Wisdom. So I don't see Spellbook of Judgment. So yep, Spellbook of Judgment just cannot come back to the game. It'd be way too broken, I believe. Same if that grass is greener. There's so many decks that benefit from just sending the whole deck to the graveyard. There's so many monsters and broken cards out there that just benefit in the graveyard. So, I hate this card. Please never come back. We don't need any graveyard heavy decks. Yes, I'm looking at you, Burning Abyss. I hate you with this card. You will never get this card back, please. And the last one on the list is the Force Sentry. And as I said before, any card that's generic and lets you look at your opponent's hand, I don't really care about the whole shuffle effect. As long as I get to see what you're playing, I will know exactly how I can play around your hand traps and how to go full combo. So for that reason enough, this gives me way too much advantage and needs to stay banned. So, those are my thoughts on all the banned spell cards in a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. And I'd love to hear your own thoughts on the exact same cards, so please, leave them down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe if you can. That just helps me make more content for you. So, like always, I hope the rest of your week is blessed, and I hope I see you all in the next video. See ya.